snooty. She's snooty. Since he's so smug and he sometimes looks like he's about to rob a bank, he gives me all the Foresty vibes. I actually had her talk to me about reading a couple of times. Hello lovely bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to our channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Animal Crossing related video, but very much linking it to books, which is going to be a first. I saw this video a while back from JDA Reads, and what she did is look at her 10 villagers and basically sort of figure out which books they would read. I will link her video down below, but I will be doing the same thing. So I'm going to be looking at my 10 villagers and I'm gonna pick a book that I think that they would read, or at least I think they would love. Yeah, let's just get started. I have 10. These are not necessarily in a specific order, but I do have to say that the last, I would say like 4 or 5 are one of my absolute favorites. So you know, let's just get into it and start with my little Melba. I will put a picture up here somewhere so that you can see what she looks like. She is a little koala and she is a normal villager, and Melba is actually very much a big fan of reading. I actually had her talk to me about reading a couple of times, some of the other ones on this list as well. And I think that she would really love a sort of dense and good fantasy book. So that's what I picked for her. My stag is over here if you're wondering. And the book that I've picked for her is Furyborn by Claire Legrand. This one is a chunker, but I definitely think that she would love this book. She herself is very, very cute. She's also very friendly with everybody. Considering this book is also really heavy on relationships and very heavy on friendships as well, I think that she would adore this book. And yeah, I just love Melba so much, and I think that she would love to read Furyborn. Something I do want to add is that I've of course picked books that I've personally read. I know that might be cheating a little bit, but I know it's in them, so I can sort of figure out whether they would like it or not. That said, let's just move on to my second villager. So my second villager we're going to be talking about today is Beau, and Beau is deer. He is a lazy villager and he gives me all the Foresty vibes. So I wanted to go for a book that has sort of an adventure, because he's really the type to go into the woods and like adventure and, you know, just that kind of thing. But I thought I would also give him something different, because at first I thought, you know what, he would like a Foresty book, but instead of that I picked a sort of half and half. So I picked a foresty but also sort of an adventuring, mountainy kind of book, and I'll show you which one I picked. So the one that I've picked for this is Even the Darkest Stars by Heather Fawcett. This is a duology that follows a girl who wants to be a royal explorer, so she basically just wants to go on adventures. And I think that Beau would love a book like this, where it's all about the adventure and it's very plot driven. The world is not necessarily incredibly fleshed out, but the adventure in this is absolutely amazing. There's something happening every single minute basically, and I think he would love this because it goes through the mountains and he's just in general very mountainy and like foresty, so I think he would definitely love this. Okay, so that's 2 villagers down, and then we're gonna go to my jock villager. That's their personality type, by the way, what I mentioned. So normal, lazy, jock, that's their personality type. And we are going to be talking about one of my ducks, and that is Bill. Bill is a tiny little duck. He is so cute and he talks about like muscles and muscle gain all the time. So I thought he would like a book that has a lot of action, and also a book that can be a little bit violent, but he is also the sweetest thing there is. So I also thought that he would really like romance in there, but maybe, you know, the kind of like enemies to lovers, something along those lines. So the book that I've picked for him is Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. This is basically a book that sort of talks about like fighting seasons between clans, and in this book we follow a girl who basically gets captured by the opposite clan, and there she has a lot of adventures and there's a lot of fighting in here and like, you know, a lot of action, and I really think that Bill would love that. He would love action-packed, but also a little bit of romance-y a lot of romancy books. So yeah, I think you would really, really enjoy Sky in the Deep. Also, if I am looking not at the camera, but at, you know, there's a screen, so I'm looking at myself. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to look at the camera. So villager number 4 is one that is also one of my absolute favorites. I have no idea why I'm already naming her, but that is Lily. And Lily is a normal frog. Before I actually got Animal Crossing New Horizons, I knew that I wanted her. But then once I got the game, there were a lot of normal villagers that I had and also really loved. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna leave her for a little bit. And then she showed up at my campsite. If you have no idea what that is, basically in this game, you have a campsite that has different characters and villagers visiting, and you can basically, via the campsite, invite them to stay at your island. And once she showed up, I knew that I had to take her, so I did. And I really, really love her. She is the sweetest thing. Her cheeks are like a little cute pink, and she's a sucker for romance. So I picked for her The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Curry. This basically follows a girl who is the genie. So in this one, this is an Aladdin retelling. The genie is not a guy but a girl, and she's helping Aladdin. And it is very romance heavy, but also forbidden romance. And I think that Lily would love this. I love this book. I love Lily. Lily loves this book. I know she does. She's just the cutest thing, and this book is also the cutest out there, but also with a very good plot, and I think she would really appreciate that. So yeah, I think she would love this. Okay, next up we have my peppy villager and my only cat villager, which is surprising for me, and that is Rosie. Rosie, I think, is very much the excited type. She's very energetic, but I also think that she would be a great detective. So for her, I have picked The ABC Murders by Agatha Christie. I think she would love reading this book and then trying to figure out who did it, and I think she would be really good at it because she's also one of the ones that has not an hourglass. What are they called? Editing Esmay will tell you. And she sort of looks at, is it a loop? That's what we call it in Dutch, a loop. Anyway, basically she has this thing, a magnifying glass. It's a magnifying glass. Okay. She has this magnifying glass to look at all the flowers and stuff, and it really gives me this detective vibe, so I think she would love this book. Okay, that is halfway done already, and we're moving on to one of my elephant villagers, and I love her to bits. I absolutely love her, and that is Ellie. Ellie is my elephant, and she is also a normal villager. I have a type there, and she is also very sort of foresty, but she is also the detective, yet also the sort of romancy type. She's very cute. She loves everybody basically, and for her I have picked Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I think she would love to figure out who the Ripper is in this book, but I think she would also eat up everything Audrey Rose and Thomas Cresswell do. So I think this would be perfect for her. She in general is just such a loving little elephant, and she's always the first one to sort of run to me with new things, and like she's just so cute, and I don't think I can ever get rid of her. I love her to bits, and I think she would love this book. She also has a very cute like little reading nook near her house, which I will show you if I do an island tour. But yeah, she's absolutely adorable. I love her, and I think she would really enjoy this book. Okay, so 6 down, 4 more to go, and I would say the seventh villager we're gonna talk about is Sherb. Sherb is a goat, and he's lazy. Sherb is one of the new characters, I think, or the new villagers in this game that's been introduced, and he's a goat. I don't know if I said that yet, but he's blue, and he's incredibly cute. But I think out of all of my villagers, he's the one that would have the least amount of patience to sit and read a book. He is even too lazy to sit down and read a book. I think he wouldn't be the biggest reader, so I picked something light and quickly and easy for him so that he doesn't need to sit down a very long time. And I picked for him City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This is basically about a girl who has nearly died, nearly drowned, and now is able to cross over to the other world and help and see ghosts. And though I think that Sherb is still gonna be able to stretch his book out for a year because he's that lazy, I think he would definitely enjoy this because it's very casual, and even if you leave it for a couple of weeks, you probably wouldn't forget what has happened. So I think he would really enjoy this book if he took the time to pick it up. Okay, so the final three, and let's move on to a villager that is very special to me, and that is Diana. Diana is a deer. She's snooty. She's snooty, and the reason why she's so special to me is because my mum is called Diana, and the moment I realized that this was a thing, I really wanted her. She's also so incredibly adorable, so I don't mind that at all, and I of course had to pick a book for her. So I actually picked a different book at first for her. I wanted to pick Little Women by Louise May Alcott because that is my favorite's mom's book. No. So I picked that one at first, but then looking at the in-game character Diana, I didn't think it would suit her very much because she would like a lot more angsty and like sort of romance heavy and action-packed book, so I picked something different for her. And the book that I've picked for in-game Diana is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. I keep forgetting. It's very bad. I absolutely love this book. This, I think, fits her a lot better because it is about witches, and it is also about magic, but also about sort of two worlds being apart and sort of a forbidden romance, like enemies to lovers, and it has so much in it that I think that she would love this so much. So I actually picked this one instead of Little Women. I just in general think that she would love this if she hasn't read it already. If she hasn't read it already. I keep saying already. If she hasn't read it all yet. Or I can't say it. If she hasn't read it already. Whew. Okay, so we are on to the final two, and these two are by far my favorites. They both have the same first letter of their name, and let's just start with one of them. So let's start with Marshall. Marshall is a squirrel, and he's a smug squirrel. I actually thought he was overhyped for a long time until he came to my island, and I realized that he's my type of guy. I actually gave him multiple sort of like very nice like suits, and he is just the cutest thing out there. He is never ever gonna leave my island. This is my dude. He is never going anywhere. But of course I had to pick a book for my dude, and the book that I've picked is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Since he's so smug and he sometimes looks like he's about to rob a bank, I thought it would be perfect for him. He would love Kaz. I think they would be best friends, and in general I think he would fit the Six of Crows so well. He would love this. He would also, because he's so sweet and he just basically keeps telling me that whenever he sees me that his day is made, I think he would also love the fact that a lot of the sort of words in here are very Dutch inspired. So for example, this is in Ketterdam, which is very, very Dutch. And there are multiple things in this book that really give you a Dutch influence, and I think he would also really love that. And just because it's my favorite book, I think he would pick it up. He's just that kind of guy. He is very smug, and he doesn't always get along with everybody on the island, but he loves me, and I love him back, so I think he would love this book, and that's why I picked Six of Crows. Okay, the final villager that I have already mentioned in a different video, but that is Molly. Molly is my other duck, and she, I don't know why, but she is just the cutest little thing out there. She is so cute, and I love her to bits. She is also normal, so you can see why my problem is there with normals. I need more different types, but I love my villagers too much. I had to pick a book for Molly, and at first I thought that would be difficult because Molly loves cute things, but she also sometimes really loves these sort of extra things, and I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pick a book that has mystery, I'm gonna pick a book that has romance, and I'm gonna pick a book that has a strong female lead, and that is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This book is basically about a girl named Leah, Leah actually, who doesn't want to get married to a sort of different kingdom's prince and goes on the run. And then another kingdom sends an assassin, and the prince who she's supposed to marry goes after her, and you don't know who's who. So there's a big mystery in this book, and I loved that. I actually had it wrong, which doesn't usually happen. I usually get these kinds of things right, so still salty about that. But that means it's a really good book. And in general, this has everything, and Molly has everything, so I thought that she would really, really enjoy this. She's the type that would love an adventure book, but also with romance, and with mystery, and painful things, so I think in general she would really, really love this, and she would really love the series, and we all need a Molly in our lives. That's just the thing. So yeah, I think she would love this book. You can see it right there, but that's fine. And those are actually all 10 of my villagers. I absolutely love them. I have no idea if I gave them the right book or not. They can just switch in between somewhere. Maybe Marshall would love to read The Forbidden Wish, or, you know, Beau would want to read The Six of Crows. Who knows? But yeah, I just love these little guys so much. It's weird how much you can love fictional characters, right? I mean, let's not talk about that. Anyway, I do hope that you have loved this video. If you want to see more Animal Crossing related content, do let me know, because I would love to film more of these kinds of videos. There is an island tour coming once I have finished my island, which could be months, so do let me know if you want to see that, so I can, you know, keep moving. That said, if you have any other video ideas, do let me know. If you have Animal Crossing, let me know which villagers you have, or if I have villagers that you really want. And I think that's everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching our channel, and please press that subscribe button and also that little bell icon so that you could post notifications every single time that I or Femke posts a video, and I hope to be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye!